The Austen Riggs Center has been the hospital on Main Street in Stockbridge, Massachusetts for the past 100 years. It was founded in 1919 by Austen Fox Riggs on the principle of treating patients with respect and dignity. I'm Sam Waterston, a former member of the Board of Trustees for 18 years, and we are the hospital on Main Street. The Austen Riggs Center is a fully open and voluntary psychiatric hospital and residential treatment center whose mission is to help people reclaim and take charge of their lives. Where most other facilities use locks to provide safety, at Austen Riggs we use relationships. Patients understand that their freedom is balanced by responsibility.
An open setting like Riggs, where patients are free to come and go with complete freedom, is very powerful. It's a lot like life.
There are no locked doors, there are no seclusion rooms, there is no privilege system. Our patients are free to engage with us at their own discretion.
Located in the center of a quintessential New England town and embedded in the local community, Riggs has over the last century stood in contrast to popular ideas of the psychiatric hospital, what it should look like, where it should be. Nestled on Main Street, captured by the artist Norman Rockwell's iconic picture of small-town America, it sits across the shop-lined street from the Red Lion Inn, the public library, cafes, and town offices.
On Main Street, just a short distance from where I'm standing here talking to you, there is a psychiatric hospital, Austen Riggs Center. It's an open hospital, and as a result, the patients are very much a part of the community.
Just as its venue differs from other institutions, the hospital has always offered a unique vision and treatment model. Grounded in the conviction that relationships are central to healing, that an individual's problems are inherently meaningful, and that it is essential to address sources of suffering. Above all, the patient's voice matters.
Riggs has stood for that way of working for 100 years, and we really want to celebrate that because of the significance of that anniversary that goes back to the founding and Austen Fox Riggs deciding that listening to people's problems and helping them think them through made a difference.
New York internist Austen Fox Riggs arrived in Stockbridge in 1907 to recuperate from tuberculosis in the clear air and sunshine of the Berkshires. In his idle time, he became interested in psychiatry and psychology, and in understanding the connection between physical symptoms and emotional disturbances. He wanted to get to the root cause of people's suffering, and gained a reputation as someone who could help people sort out their problems. He came to understand it was critical for doctor and patient to jointly explore the whys of human life, and set the foundation for the way Austen Riggs Center works today.
The psychotherapy is trying to focus on those things, trying to understand the person's inner world, and trying to help a person to free themselves of the obstacles that might be in their way to living the kind of life they want to live.
It was through this lens that Dr. Riggs' practice took off. And as more people traveled to see him for treatment, which was highly regimented and often required several weeks, the need for boarding houses became clear. So for the past 100 years, Main Street has served as the venue for these patient residences as well as the hospital's offices.
Austen Riggs Center was several decades ahead of its time because back in the 1920s, 22, it was not diagnosing and treating mental illnesses, treating people.
After the death of Dr. Riggs in 1940, the center underwent a period of transition and uncertainty, exacerbated by the chaos of a nation at war. But the end of the decade saw an infusion of new energy with the arrival of a number of leading clinicians and researchers, including medical director Robert Knight, Margaret Brenman Gibson, David Rappaport, and Roy Schaefer. bringing with them a psychoanalytic focus, and at this time, Austen Riggs became one of the preeminent psychiatric treatment centers in the nation. A key development during this period was the creation by staff and patients of a democratic patient governance structure and therapeutic community, which remain in place today. And this unique emphasis on community at Riggs has been an important feature and a draw not only for patients but for staff as well, including pioneering psychoanalyst Erik Erikson, who came in 1951 and is known for his groundbreaking work on the important role that social context and culture play in human development.
He had the sense that here, at the Austen Riggs Center, there was already the beginnings of a healing community that was something he would feel very much at home with.
It was also during this time that Erikson's artist wife, Joan Erikson, developed an unusual activities program which continues today and is staffed by artisans who serve as teachers, while patients come as students to learn and explore their creative capacities. The program includes a nursery school providing childcare to the local community, as well as visual and performing arts through the theater and shop, which are open to the public and situated right on Main Street.
Unlike any other psychiatric hospital in the country, the relationship between my staff and patients is a student-teacher relationship. My folks are not therapists. And so what we have for my staff is a situation where they're basically an artist in residence.
But none of this would be possible without the active participation of the local community. And for 100 years, the town and the hospital have lived together as equals and as citizens on Main Street. Patients have frequented and been employed by the many local businesses, and the Red Lion Inn hosted the very first patient alumni reunion in 1994.
Trying to understand the complex system that a human life is embedded in and help a person create a story of their life that makes sense to them, that helps them understand why they are the person they are, how they became that way, what they value, what they love about their lives, what's not working about their lives, so that people can return to the world and resume roles or resume engaging in activities that give meaning to life.
Austen Riggs, providing care to patients on Main Street in the town of Stockbridge for 100 years, looks to its next 100 years, to helping shape a society where the stigma of mental illness and dehumanizing treatment no longer burden patients, where patients are provided real treatment that helps them live self-directed lives, where all who suffer have access to medically necessary care and are treated with dignity.